Hey grandma, this is Twink. If you was on a cordless phone right now, you would say, Twinkie! And I would have to run downstairs and get the remote and turn on the TV for you. Anyway, when you got sick, I had an idea of putting a video together to show you how much we love and appreciate you. This video has been in the works for quite some time, so there are some people that are in this video who are with you as well. And I'm quite sure by now they've embraced you at this time. So I really hope you enjoy it. And to kick things off, what better way to introduce yourself than yourself?
Annie's Washington Dunbar. A-N-N-Y-C-E.
Okay, what nicknames did people call you as you were growing up?
Nuke.
Noog. What's your birthday?
7/26/23.
Yeah, he's just the greatest person in the world. I mean, she's my rock for a long time, still is. So
cheerful, loving, and loaded with a lot of knowledge.
My aunt was someone special, very special to me, inspirational.
Love, Big Mama, soul food. That's a lot of things at once, but the first thing is just straight love, man.
Family. She's like the cornerstone of our family, and she's the one who has created what we knew to be a pretty model family.
She means everything to me. She's my best friend, one of my best friends, I should say, and she means so much to me.
She means having a good friend, and I think that a good friend is hard to find, but they're so valuable. And she has always been a wonderful person to me and made an important step toward happiness in my life.
I met Miss Dunbar at Purcell Junior High School, and for some reason or other, she and I just took off to one another. And she always reminded me of my mother, and I think she's a great lady. I love her.
I met Miss Dunbar in 1968 and been sticking to her like glue ever since. I love Miss Dunbar. She means so much to me. She helped me raise my children, all 8 of them. I love her, and I miss her.
I look at Annie's as a beautiful mother to all of her children, grandchildren, great-grands, all her son-in-laws. So she's a very nice person to have as a relative or a friend.
I have never met anyone that you could just feel the love come from her. And when you see her interact with her children or her grandchildren, it's just, I've never seen such a strong family base.
one thing that stands out about her.
Her name. I mean, Anise the first, and then you have my mom, Anise the second, and then it's me, Anise the third, and it's gonna continue, maybe. It's her name. I mean, it's unique, different, and she's unique and different, so it kind of matches her personality.
Her laugh. It was kind of like very loud and squeaky and funny. Just like loud. It's like, ah! It was like, yeah.
Do it again.
No!
Miss Dunbar, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Her talking on the phone.
She loved talking on the telephone. It could be from sunup to sundown. She loved talking on the telephone.
My aunt, who shared so many stories with me of my dad's side of the family, because she was married to my dad's brother on the Dunbar side. We used to have long talks. Sometimes we would be on the phone from 30 to an hour, just talking.
She used to call everybody up, and she'd call her friends, my friends, everybody else's friends,
and my friends and everybody else's friends would call her. She would, sometimes they prefer to talk to her than to talk to us.
So I would always enjoy when I was away at school, Grandma would call me and she would just fill me in on all the gossip. Like she would call everybody, and then at the end of the night, she would call me and we would just talk. Well, I wasn't really talking, I was just listening.
When I used to call here, I always had to wait because she was on another telephone. She always had about 2 or 3 phones. And I had to wait.
But I would get all the gossip, and then she'd be like, okay, see you later. Got another phone call, and then she'd just hang up. It wasn't like, she wasn't like, I wasn't prepared for the hang up. I never was.
Hold on. Don't leave, I'll be right with you.
Everybody knows that her favorite spot was either in her reclining chair with her feet sitting up on the telephone or on the back porch.
What comes to mind about that phone is when they first started coming out with them cordless phones. And we had the one with the long antenna. And then Daddy was like, oh man, they got one with no cord. She gonna be all the way around Miss Pittman house on that phone.
Sitting there with you, not only were you on the phone, but we looked to the TV and your favorite movies is always playing.
Ooh, she used to run people out of the house in the same movie because she did like Rosie did with music.
Oh my God, what Sister Act. Oh my goodness, she used to
yeah,
watch
so love you
Sister
so much,
Act
Sister
all the time. Tigger thought he was singing this. He thought he was the lead singer.
Well, what I like to watch with her was like the Fighting Temptations.
Fighting Temptations, The Super. What else did we watch? Anything Medea.
Yeah. Lean on Me. So I'm sure everybody's saying the same one.
Lean on Me, The Temptations.
Temptations.
Yeah, Temptations. She made The Temptations my favorite, one of my favorite movies.
The Temptations that movie, that's where I liked it from. Watching over here like 15 times a day.
Y'all are stupid! Get off me! Y'all ain't nothing without me! I made your asses!
I think we watch Temptations so much that it's really a comedy for us now.
What's the sound Eddie Kitchens made? The sound Eddie Kitchens made in that movie, Temptations.
I can call Mom anytime I need to and not feel like I'm bothering her. Just sometimes just to talk and have her on the other line made me feel better.
I could call her and talk about pretty much anything and not feel like she was gonna judge me, but would get me straight though if she felt like I needed to be put in place.
Sarcastic. Like she threw a shot. You gotta pay attention to her, but she'll throw a shot at you.
Grandma noticed my taste in women, and often, like, I would bring, my girlfriends at the time, and she'll ask me, like, so how long this one gonna last? I'm like, what you mean? Well, Duran, you change your girlfriends like you change your drawers. I'm like, I'm really, what?
I got back from Vegas, and I came to the house saying hi to everybody. I had my sunglasses on, and I didn't take them off. And she asked me, she said, do you sing? I said, no, Grandma, I don't sing. She said, you must be Stevie Wonder because you still got the glasses on. And I could not stop laughing.
This my Aunt Rose right here. This is my great grandma. Great grandma, you gotta say hi to the camera.
Hi to the camera.
It's just energy. That's when I think of her, I think of energy. I just think of like liveliness,
Well, one of my favorite thoughts of her is the first time I heard and saw her singing, not singing, but dancing to Fried Green Onions. Fried Green Onions?
Green Onions.
Green. Say it again.
The family reunion when we went to Vegas, and everybody said, okay, we get ready to head out. And we look over, and here's your grandmother with a fanny pack on. I say, we like, you know, we walking now. It's a long ways. And she like, okay, so what's the problem? I remember even after that, we go to a casino and everybody breaks. She took her pennies out and went down to the penny slide.
Go granny. She always wanted to go. When I got a driver's license, that was the end of it. I most of the time driving her places.
Call her up or she'll call me up on a Saturday morning. Breakfast at Golden Griddle, as usual, same table, same waitress.
Sometimes I would be coming home from school and I'm tired. I done been through a lot of drama. I done just can't wait to get home and get in the bed. Mom would be standing on the porch with her purse in her hand and saying, let's go. She said, I just want you to take me one place. And you wind up going to 3, 4, 5 different places.
Yeah, I'll be in the car, half asleep. Well, one more store. You know how it is, but I hated it then, but I love to do it now. We could.
She was well up into her late 90s. I mean, late 80s then, you know. And that's something that I don't think I'll ever forget that, you know.
What kind of clubs or parties did you all attend?
They call them house rent parties.
Mm-hmm.
And we played cards a lot and dames and little drinks.
Mm-hmm.
See what you do at a party like that, they call it drink or smell. So if you win, you get to drink, but I don't want to drink. Because I don't win so much until these guys would come and sit by me, sit around there close to me. Miss, can I have your drink? Can I have your drink? Yeah, you can have it. My partner was drinking, but I wasn't drinking.
When you think of grandma, what's the first thing that pops in your head?
Some chicken. And crocheting. She always crocheting on that seat.
The cooking was always been off the chain. Like, big fan. Especially the pound cake. That was great.
The chili. She would call me down and say, hey, get down here. I made some chili. And she would put a big bowl aside just for me. I would go down there, go for the chili, end up staying and sitting in the front, watching game show TV with her and talking for about a good hour or so. Then go home with the chili. Then, of course, I had to bring the bowl back because it would be smashed probably by the end of the day. So
when we was little, she used to always cut these fries up, potatoes. And then one day I was messing with Ty, and she was making some fries. I ran in there and hit Ty. I did something to Ty. I ran back in there and got Ty in trouble. That's when I found out we can use grandma against the older kids. So
I think of Grandma Dunbar, I think of structured love. She found a way to individually touch people to help them kind of build themselves, ground level up. You know, once Grandma Dunbar got her hands on you, there's really no way you could descend.
And my fondest memory of her is when we used to sit and play word search, and she would beat me all the time. And finally, years went by, and I finally was able to beat her. I think of how much she instilled in all of us, all of her children, and anyone that she came close to about education and how important education was to you, to everyone.
Kids just don't know how they have it nowadays because, you know, every summer with kids, you know, during the summertime and springtime, we used to hate it, but you know, they always, Mama and Daddy used to make us paint the porch, and we used to have to do yard work and all that stuff during spring break. But after I look at it, that was kind of like they taught us something. You know, you can have your fun too, but it comes to a time to work. If we didn't go to school, Mama always had homework for us. She always printed out something for us. She made sure that education was number one. We always had education.
Miss Dunbar means the world to me. When I was very young, I was a single teenage mother. And I always knew that I had a place that I could come to for refuge. And whenever I needed to have a quiet place to study, I could always come to Miss Dunbar's house. She was always here. And she would watch my little boy, my son, while I studied. And she was just very inspiring and encouraging. And every time I graduated, she was always there.
Introduce yourself first, I'm sorry.
What, do you mean people don't know who I am? You mean if there's somebody that's looking at this and don't know who I am,
We got a small problem. My name is Mr. Larry Dunbar. With emphasis on that Mr. What she meant to me. The only person that loved me unconditionally.
When I think of grandma, it is selfless love. I think she exemplifies that a lot, especially over the years and everything that she does.
She's always been a very caring person, and being such has created a pretty solid family, created an extended family. They were able to benefit from the amount of care that she was able to provide. That's probably what stands out most for me, her big heart. She's a very caring person.
In the days of what Loveland called the extended family, and my mom couldn't always be there when she wanted to be, there was a house around the corner serving up a lot of love. There were plenty of children there, but love they always had plenty of. And Annie's was the mistress of this house. And through good times and bad, she could hug you and heal you, eliminating all the trouble you had. I must say I appreciate her now as much as I did then. So I say thank you, Annice, for then, which helps me get to now, for your lifetime's loving service, 26 years officially. Please take a bow.
She not only talked to people on the phone, but if they needed some help or if they needed a place to stay, even though Mom had all those kids, we always had somebody else living there.
The first thing that comes to mind when I think of Aunt Annice is hospitality. She truly had the gift of inviting people in her home and having them not only feel welcome, but special and loved. Her children and I will always remember the time I wanted to go outside to play, but had to finish my food first. My loving cousins felt sorry for me and would one by one come to check on me. Unbeknownst to her, Aunt Annice, they would each take turns helping me by taking a bite of my food. She would come in and see that food had been eaten and would release me to go play. Needless to say, as I had gotten older, she didn't have to make me sit to eat anymore.
Everybody came through that place. That's why we called it Hotel Dunbar, because it seemed like as soon as one person left, somebody else came in there.
I can't say this without talking about Mr. Dunbar. I remember one day, because of course I was over there all the time, every day. And Mr. Dunbar, as everybody knows, was a man of few words. When I came to the door this one day, he was so tired of me coming over there that he just stood in the door looking out like, you need to go away, little girl, because I'm tired of seeing you. I was like, okay, I'm going to fix you. So I thought I was sneaking around the back to go to the back door and knock on the back door so that somebody in that house would hear me and come down and open the door. Well, he must have seen me, and he came straight to the back door, and he was like, didn't I tell you to go away? He was like, no, go away. Don't you have a house to go to? Don't you have a mother? We just stood there looking at each other, and finally, and this should have been the fondest memory, your mom comes and says, why don't you let that child in this house?
Her open heart and her open arms, where, you know, somebody needed a hug, she was gonna give you a hug. And it's like, she just means the world to so many people, and everybody has a different relationship with her.
I don't care how bad you felt. I don't care what was going on. I remember one situation when I had got out the hospital and I was a diabetic. And I had never given myself a shot. And I was terrified. And she talked me through giving my shot every morning. Because I would sit there and hold a needle and cry. And she talked me through it every morning before I went to chemo.
She was there for me when my grandmother passed away, and crazy part about it is it was her birthday that day. And the day that she's going to be celebrating her life and her accomplishments on that day, she was concerned about me and my family. And that meant a lot to me.
I never will forget one time, it was one of the anniversaries of my son's passing. And she walked down here. You know, she wasn't walking that well at the time, but still, she walked down here to console, to comfort, to encourage me, and I will never forget that. I will, I love that woman.
My last memory of Mrs. Dunbar talking was at my graduation party that I had at my household. But actually, my mom threw for me in 2010. And it was an interesting time because I lost one of my grandmothers had just passed away earlier that year. and my mother's mother has Alzheimer's, so I haven't really had a grandmother that I could just really talk to. So just having somebody around that's older outside of my friend Darren's mother that was there and saying, just thank you, we're proud of you for sticking through school and being a good friend to, their grandchildren and whatnot. And that memory there, just her talking, her being here, and the usher cologne that she had bought, I do have that memory, and that was like the last time that she really was able to communicate.
The Old Testament, there's a book of Proverbs in the Old Testament, chapter 1, the beginning of knowledge, the Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, judgment, and equity. That I reflect back, my younger brother who's in California, many times we would either walk over their house or take the bus over their house, and she was always there to provide some guidance and kind words on what we should do and what we shouldn't do particularly. So what I'm trying to do is some of the things that she passed along to me, I'm trying to pass along to others, and I'm hopefully that they will pass those along to others along the way.
Story. The one time that she told me that I talk too much. She said, you talk too much. You better open your eyes, open your ears, and close your mouth. Pay attention to what people say, what they do. You'll learn more.
I remember when we were little and me and Yvette was in the back of the car, and her and Daddy was, the car had broke down or either it was a flat or something. So I was like, we're going to be stranded. We was all paranoid. Me and Yvette was paranoid. So all I can remember was her always saying that we need to just say, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. So I just kept saying, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. And as I think about it, it was only a flat tire, and Daddy went out there to fix it. But at the time, we were little, and we didn't really, we were thinking that, oh my God, we're going to be stranded out here on the freeway. But that's what she taught us, that remember, put God first and, have our faith. And that's what I taught my kids today, that always put faith first. And God and his mercy will pull you through anything.
Very, very, very delightful lady. Very, very delightful. Beautiful smile. Family first. Yep. God first, of course. Mm-hmm. But family was right there. Mm-hmm. Love their family.
What I want to say about my aunt is that she's an extension of my mother to us, to me, and so we all grew up together. As I always say that it was 6 of them, 6 sisters, and so they brought their children up together as family, and so we love one another in the way that family does. And so my aunts were guides to me of how to be a woman, how to look at life in the way that things come at you. And if we had anything that was bothering us, I could always go to one of my aunts and talk to them.
Aunt Anais means the world to me because that's my grandmother's sister. Okay. When it comes to, genuine, devoted family, That's what she stands in. In other words, she is the backbone of a lot of family members.
The holidays, you see her there, it's a symbol of what, Black family life should be about.
Just bringing everyone together is kind of like remarkable what she's done over the years.
I never wanted to miss them. It was like something that I always wanted to be around. It was like you just had to be at grandma's house. It was very overwhelming. It was fun having everyone come together and be together and have fun actually, instead of like drama and all that. Everyone was actually thankful for having a full family together with food and enjoyment, laughter, smiles.
Grandma, you made the holidays special for us grandchildren. We look forward to that every year, even the day after Christmas is over.
Hey, Dr. Mario. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's a hot that tongue around. I want to play. That's correct. Sit out here.
Ever since we was little, you always count on going to bed before 12, after everybody eat, especially the cake. But anyway, that's besides the point. 12 o'clock hit, we all come downstairs and the living room is full of gifts. And you got grandma and a child, and she passes out the gifts and everything.
Michael.
Hey, Mike.
Michael.
Hey, Mike.
Okay.
That lighting is low. Jazz still trying to wake up Michael. Michael's not waking up.
And even though I can honestly say I wasn't a big fan of the singing, I will honestly say that was probably the funniest and best times of that night.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now bring us a big blood and now bring us.
I'm watching and read the words.
Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree, the leaves of rain are changing.
Silent night, holy night, all is bright, all is bright. Sleep in heavenly peace. Heavenly peace.
I like to label it the Dunbar dynasty because the older I got, the more rare I seen that this family is.
I didn't know that holidays weren't that big of a deal in other people's families until I got older and I would talk about what we did all the time or how we got together. Everybody's birthday was even like a holiday.
She believed in celebrating life. So if it was your birthday, you getting cake and ice cream. You probably even get a dinner. If your friend came over there, and they over there a lot of times, they getting it too. Oh, it's his birthday. Oh, let me make him a cake. If you graduated, we was going out to dinner. It was always something done. And that's something that I wish that we wouldn't stop.
Whenever we had a celebration for a milestone movement in our lives, the graduations, the birthdays, you could just see how Mom beams. And I've heard a lot of times how she brags. She was so proud of our movement, of us getting, good jobs, of us staying out of trouble. But all of that is a testament to Mom, Dad, and the way they brought us up.
if I could go back in time and change something, years ago when in my childhood, it wouldn't be many things that I would change. Because being here at this house I love being over here, so, yeah. It's pretty much what I want to say to Mama. Thank you.
Even through the years of us not even having a lot, it was that she had given us this gift of family that would be a jewel that we could carry for the rest of our lives, which was more than money. And being a little kid, even though I didn't know it then, it was actually a more precious thing that she gave me with that than she could have with money.
Well, unfortunately, I didn't get the pleasure of meeting her when she was healthy, but I've been working here since 2012, and since then I got to learn the type of person that she is, and the way the family takes care of her, the way her friends call, the way they never make a birthday, holiday, or anything of contacting her. It shows what type of person that she was, that obviously she cared a lot for other people, so the way they care about her and the way they treat her, take care of her, cater to her every need, shows me that that was the type of person that she was, or that is what they know that she would do for them.
We, as a whole, have a beautiful family, and we all seem to understand one another. We're not like some families that don't see one another, don't speak to one another, don't call one another, nothing. So we always try to go along and make life comfortable and try to do the things that we think is the right thing. Because most times, if anybody seen that they think they hurt the other one's feelings, they will call and say, well, I'm sorry, I beg your pardons, or whatever. So it's a beautiful life.
What I would say to her now, I love you. I hope that you know that. And I had something made for her that I didn't get to her. But I'll cherish it forever. I don't know if you can see this. Oh, upside down. I had a blanket embroidered for her, and I didn't get it to her. I had it done at the end of last year, and I got it back like early part of January or mid-January, and I just never got over there, and then things happened the way they did. So I'll cherish it forever. I'm going to have to sign off because what I said I wasn't going to do, I'm about to do.
I miss you so much. The laughters, the stories, the gatherings. I am grateful to have a caring and compassionate aunt like you. It hurts to see that you left us, but I know we will see and meet each other again. Love you, your niece, Wendy.
Annie's, I love you. Always will. Your nephew, Eugene.
Annie's, you are dearly loved by your family and your friends. And now I believe that she's in the hands of God who's watching over her. And I'm very pleased to see that her children show so much love by caring for her each day. I pray that God will continue to show his love on the entire family.
I just would like to just let her know that I love her and that she has such a wonderful legacy. Each one of her children, her grandchildren, her great-grandchildren have a part of her that I see, and it's always just so wonderful to come to her home. It's always so wonderful to be in her company because the love just illuminates from her, and no matter how you're feeling, she always makes you feel so much better.
Your legacy will continue to live. You've touched so many. Like this might be Annie's Drive, Annie's Street right here. We might need to change it from May Street because you're a staple in our community.
And wherever we go in our life, we'll be taking you with us.
I would say that she made me a stronger individual. She always had everybody as trying to be independent, starting young, you know what I'm saying? How to go starting cleaning, doing the dishes from the jump, outside, raking snow, without raking snow, but shoveling the snow out the way and all that. And I think without her, it wouldn't really be as strong as I am now. So I want to thank her for that and tell her I love her too if I could today.
What I would say to her, I would say thank you for everything that you taught me. You know, the good and even the bad. When you disciplined us. The discipline was, it helped us get to where we are today.
Mom, I love you. I will cherish you as long as I live. And prayerfully, I will see you on the other side. So, everyone, Dunbars, I love you too. I love each and every one of you, even though you're all crazy, but you think I'm crazy too. So, that's okay. That's fine. So, that's it. Thank you for letting me be a part of this. And you guys enjoy life. Love each other. That's what your mom would want. I had to say that. You know, I had to say it. And thank you. Bye-bye.
I miss her. I really, truly miss her. I mean, I took her kindness for granted, which I shouldn't because there's nobody else like her. I miss her. You all the family that I could depend on, and I just hope you all keep her legacy up. I hope you all continue to do what she wanted. She loved her family to do, and that they get together.
Thank you for demonstrating to me how to care for other people, how to share and do the right thing when it's in your spirit, you do the right thing, making you reach out of what you thought that you could not do.
Love you, Annice, as a mother and a friend. Love you, Annice, because without you, I don't know where we would have been. Love you, Annice, for always being there. Love you, Annice. You taught us how to care. Your smile, your style, your words of wisdom, your dancing today and in the past is an expression of your class.
When I got ready to go on, get higher education, you could do this. Don't pay attention to what other people are telling you. I will help you out. And she was the one who did it. When I got in trouble a lot of times, there was nobody else that I could turn to but Mom. So I appreciate all that she did and all the things she did to help me to go to higher levels.
She just always treated treated me like a son. She was just a very loving and just wonderful to be around her. Very special lady.
Granny, I love you. Granny Dunbar, I love you. Your favorite person in the world. I don't know how I'd make it through if you wasn't around. So, yeah, I love you to death.
Tell her I love you, and I'm looking forward to you saying hello to me one day. I'm looking forward to that.
Grandma, I just want to say that I love you. You are an amazing woman, and you have taught this family so much, and we all appreciate you for it. Love you.
Hi, Grandma. I wasn't ready. Give me a second.
Thank you for all of the love and support that you constantly gave me, consistently gave me, all the time. Mother, you showed me how to put God first in my life and how to be a good parent. Thank you, and I love you, Niecy, Annice the second.
But Grandma, I love you, and I appreciate everything that you've done for me with all the support and pretty much actually supporting everyone in our family with whatever they want to do in life. Her as a person, like, she touches everyone, and she's such a positive person that everything that she does is greatness. So,
I agree.
She agrees.
But bottom line is, I love my mother-in-law. I'm so glad I married Gus, became a part of her family. I think she did a wonderful job in raising my husband, her husband, I'll give him some credit too. She did a wonderful job and made me feel welcomed into the family. And I hope to be at least half the mother-in-law as she was to me. And then I think I would have a happy daughter-in-law.
Grandma, I love you. You've always been wonderful, always inspirational, and I thank you for everything that you've done and still going strong.
Are you camera shy?
Yes.
Yeah, of course, my mom knows I love her, and I always have. She's always been very, very, very special to me. And with her raising 8 kids, it's really always been kind of hard for me to imagine how she did what she did, raising 8 kids, and me having less than half of what she had, and still having some struggles along the way. So I can't even imagine how she did it for as long as she did, and making it seem so superficial, like there really was no problem going on around. So yeah, my father, they did an excellent job of raising us, and for that I'm forever grateful.
I love you, and I know that things are hard right now, but I feel like it'll get better, and we're still close like we are, even when you're not around. I think everything will be fine. I have your back. You're my rock.
When you say words, it's, I guess, the same words that she would give to any of us if the situation was reversed. It would be words of encouragement, words that, you hear in spirit, in terms of where we are. She's every bit as much a part of the family as she ever was. The impact hasn't changed. I commend everybody for the role that they played. You say it lovingly, and you try to be a soldier about it, strong about it, but it has an impact on the family that it's deeper than most people care to deal with it at this particular time. Because God's will is God's will, but we're human and we want our will to be our will. She's in a different state, but she's still Queen Bee to me, and she always will be.
I believe that all the things that you taught us will be able to move through life as we grow older. Please know that we will be okay because you taught us the right things to do. You taught us who we need to go to. Your love will always remain in my heart. I know that God is going to be with me every day, and that I'm not perfect, but I'll always do my best. And that's what you told me to do. I will always do my best and honor you and Daddy and all the others that have taught me along the way.
This is the hard part. I thank you and love you for everything that everyone else has said. So I want to thank you in particular for showing me what life is really about, how to celebrate life and the gift of life. I never got a chance to really say thank you for giving me a gift that I didn't know I had. A simple gesture of letting me record those home videos was giving me the gift to be able to put this together. And it was important for me to put this together to show you what you produce. And I love you from the bottom of my heart, and I will forever cherish the memories we have, forever carry your spirit, but also continue your tradition. And with that being said, your birthday, even though you're not here, we will continue to celebrate your birthday as if you were here.
I'm meant to participate in this birthday celebration of my aunt and niece.
Hey, happy birthday. Here's a birthday shout out to you. Love you. I would like to wish Anise a happy birthday. Even though she's not present with us, she is present with the Lord. I love you and I miss you dearly.
Hey, Miss Dunbar, it's Carla.
And I'm Carla's brother. Just come by to say a prayer for you and say happy birthday.
Happy birthday. We love you.
Happy birthday, Mom. Mom, we love you. We miss you, and we hope you have a wonderful, wonderful birthday.
And many, many more, Mom.
We love you.
Hey, we're here again to tell Anise happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Anise.
You're supposed to do the flip it to you.
Hi, Dunbar family. This is Tonya Edahoman, and I just wanted to give a shout out to Aunt Anise. I know she's now with a father in heaven, and I just wanted to say how blessed I have been to get to know her and to just spend time in her presence and to go hang out with the family in Chicago in Milwaukee when we used to have our family reunions. And I just am honored that I got the opportunity to be a part of such an awesome family.
Sometimes memories of someone you love bring joyful tears to your eyes. And that is what I'm going through now. Annie's Lenora Washington Dunbar. You were the last child born to my grandparents, your mother and father, Limas and Ruth Washington. We call them Papa and Mama, Little Mama. I will always cherish the beautiful crocheted green and white afghan that you made for me. I just want to say thank you, and I love you. Happy birthday in heaven with your heavenly family. Love you.
Happy birthday, Anise. The other day when I was thinking about you, I just started laughing, thinking about how you and Mama used to be in the kitchen and y'all would be doing our hair and you could press the heck out of some hair. One would press the hair and the other one would curl it. You would have some curls in our hair so tight they could stay in there for about a month. I love you, I miss you, and happy birthday way all the way to heaven. And tell my mom I said, and dad, and Papa, and little mama, hello.
Hey, niece, you never straighten my hair or curled it or whatever. But you are missed tremendously. We love you and happy heavenly birthday. Love
Here's to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear mommy. Happy birthday to you. May the good Lord bless 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 you. Yay!
I just want to say thanks to everyone for coming. And this is one of the best days of my life. I have enjoyed everything, and it brought tears to my eyes to know that I did a job that should be done and did it the right way. So I want to thank everyone and ask for your stand for prayer for my husband and hoping to keep going on doing this way as I have been, even though I will be in school.
I love you, Mom, and I always will.
That was it?
And I was kind of quick with my answers because I'm short because that's just the way I'm is.
All the time I think about you, all I do is smile. Thinking back in the day when I was a child. Turn my home to the snow on the 150 May. Now that you're gone, everything seems so great. And some days when you used to show me that I could be anything I ever wanted to be. All I had to do was put my mind to it and focus on my dreams, huh? If you know what I mean. Look at me now, showing the world who I'm truly destined to be. I remember them days you were showing me the apple pie recipe, telling me never let anybody get the best of me. If it ain't meant to be, but soon you will see if it is or it ain't really meant to be. Just open up your eyes and realize reality. Realize reality. Cause one day you're here, then the next day you're gone, and you'll see yourself reminiscing about the better days. And those days are long gone, gone. But I still got pictures on my phone. Even though I wish I could still call you on your phone. I know you up in heaven looking down